welcome back to my channel. So here we are in another mukbang, and I'm going to show you what I'm having. Let me know what you're having below. First off, I have this big salad. It's just mixed greens with some vegetables on top, and then my balsamic tahini dressing, which is amazing. And then also I made a balsamic tahini dipping sauce for my french fries. So these things, I know you've probably seen this all over my social media stuff, but there you go. Look how amazing they look. So I've actually started cooking these in a different way, and I'm going to tell you guys how I do it. In the past, what I would do is I would preheat the oven to like 450 degrees, and I'd let them cook for like 25 minutes. But now what I do is I preheat the oven to 550 degrees, and I put a ton of spices on there. And the spices I use is onion powder is a must, garlic powder, black pepper, and paprika. When you keep it in there for 550 degrees for like, I don't know, about 30 minutes, they come out like super crispy and crunchy, and that's the way I like them. I don't like really big, thick, like potato like wedges. I don't like that. I like crispy fries. So there you go. So I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm gonna answer some questions and we'll just talk and hang out, and yeah. So I've got my computer down here again. And let's see here. Okay, so I've had a lot of people ask me about doing a video about my favorite books and just kind of like books that have really inspired me or whatever in my life. I'm definitely gonna do that. The thing is, I have so many books that it would literally be like 50 books that I would say, go read this, go read this. So what I might end up doing is just doing like, maybe like switching it up and doing like different categories of stuff. So do like my favorite health books, my favorite spiritual books, my favorite like fiction books, you know, just kind of like that. Because if not, it would be like a 45-minute video of like 100 books just saying, go read this, go read this. But yes, I will definitely do a video about books. And I'd like to know, like, are you reading any books right now? Like, what are you into? I personally, just kind of going off of that, I used to never be a fiction person. Like, I would always read like academics type of stuff, and then I just got to where I hated reading. And lately I've gotten back into reading fiction stuff, but I don't really know what to read. So tell me what your favorite books are, because especially fiction books, because I want to get some of those and read a bunch of those, but I'll do a video on that. So I wanted to get to this question, and basically I'm not going to read the whole question, but basically this is about a girl who has been trying to get her period back for like over a year. She did a lot of stuff right for a while, and then she like stopped doing it, and she's gone back and forth, and she's kind of like confused on, she still hasn't got her period back. And so she's asking if I have learned anything new about the whole like how to get your period back thing, and you know what to do or whatever. So actually no. Well, I'll say yes and no, because there's a two-part answer to this. First answer is no, in the sense that everything that I have in my ebooks, like 100% is what I stand behind, because it's helped thousands of girls get their periods back, get their relationship with food right, like get like their life back, like just live a happy life. And so if that's what you're struggling with, like, I would just read the books and apply it to your life as best as you can. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's timing is going to be different. For one person, it could be a few weeks. For some, it could be like a year, you know? So my biggest advice with that is don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just focus on you and do what you need to do, because we're all different, right? But she asked if I had learned anything new. And it's not that I've learned anything new, but I would say I would really, really, really emphasize your thoughts regarding this whole situation. That is one thing that I would really, really like look into. And I've done some videos on this in the past, but I don't think we really understand just how powerful our thoughts are. And I'm going to do a whole nother video on the topic of like our thoughts and how they create our reality and that type of thing. But even for something like getting your period back or a health issue or anything like that, your thoughts regarding that are huge. So what I always say is you have to start acting, thinking, talking, doing, and just being like you have your period, like it never went away, like you have it, you're getting it, you're confident in that, there's no like stress regarding it, you're not constantly researching all this stuff, you're not stressed out over every little thing, like you're not like obsessed with it, you know what I'm saying? Because all you're doing when you do that is you're creating like such a strong resistance, and your body like knows that. Your body is like stressed out even more because you're stressed out about being stressed out about being stressed out. So the key to that is you have to stop stressing out. So a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to like de-stress. How do I not stress out? Like everything stresses me out. I wake up and I worry about this and it's freaking me out and I'm all scared and everything. And literally you have to change your thoughts about this. One big tip I can give you, it's kind of like in the video I did the other day about your environment. I would start there. I would take a look at what are you reading? Are you researching this all the time? Are you asking people questions about all this time? Are you talking about it all the time? Are you posting blog posts about it and Instagram captions about it and doing videos about it? And like, are you basically speaking that truth into your reality? And are you following a lot of people that are doing the same thing? This is why I always like have said in the past, like if you have a recovery account, like you have an eating disorder or something, and like your whole account is devoted to you talking about like all that kind of stuff, all that's doing is just like, that's becoming your identity. That's like manifesting in your life because that's all you talk about. Like that's who you are. So it's really difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very, very difficult to go from that to like, oh, I'm better now and I'm living my life and I feel good. Instead, cut out the recovery account and talking about it all the time and all of that, and just start living the way that you want to live in the future. And that is a huge, huge thing. Is I want you to really imagine like what you want your life to be like as a healthy person, like a legit healthy person. Like if you were really healthy, when I say healthy, I mean like, this is going to all those people out there who have like disordered thoughts with food and body and diet and exercise and all that. Would a really healthy you be as obsessed with all of this stuff as you are? No, you wouldn't, right? Instead, what you would do is a really healthy version of you would get up and you would eat a really good healthy breakfast, and you would do an exercise that you enjoy. You would not force anything. You wouldn't obsess over numbers and weight and calories and macros and all that stuff. Like it not even just like a healthy version of you, but let's say you have a friend who's just healthy and happy and doesn't stress all over that, right? Well, they're healthy and happy because they're not stressing over that. They're just doing it like naturally. And you can do that too. The key is to start thinking and acting like that, right? Because if you're thinking and acting like a crazy person when it comes to all this, guess what? You're gonna be a crazy person when it comes to all this. So one thing you could do is just like sit down and write out like what you want your future self to be like, okay? Like, you get very, very specific. You could say things about like your exercise routine, the types of food that you eat, your energy levels, the way that you sleep, how you go out and have fun, you don't stress over stuff, like whatever. And whatever you write down, write it in the present tense as if you were already doing it right now, okay? If you've hung around this video this far and you don't deal with any disordered eating habits or whatever, that's totally fine. You can do this as well in whatever area of your life that you struggle in and you want to change in. But I'm just talking about it from this perspective because this was the question. So whatever you decide to write down, just be like, I am so healthy. I get my period every month. I love knowing that my body works perfectly. I love fueling my body with enough healthy, good food that keeps me energized, keeps me excited about life. I don't worry about counting calories and weighing myself every day because I know that my body loves me and it's going to like do what I need it to do. I love being happy and healthy, and I love like going out to eat and having fun with my friends. I love just being at the perfect body weight for my body naturally. Because if you think about it, like even subconsciously, like those are the words that a healthy person is kind of telling themselves every day, but they don't really even think about it, but that's what's going on in their mind. They're like, I love eating healthy food. I love doing exercise I enjoy. I love, you know, getting my period every month. I love this, this, and this. And they might not be like saying it like verbally, but that's what's going on in their head, even subconsciously. And the thing, the difference between you and them is that you are subconsciously and even consciously speaking this truth in your life, but in the opposite way. You're saying things like, I have to weigh myself every day. I'm never gonna get my period back. I'm gonna get so fat. I'm already so ugly and so fat. I have to weigh myself every day. I have to count every single calorie. I have to do this exercise and burn this amount of calories out. And like, that's what's going on in your mind. And so because of that, that's what's happening in your life. Change what you are thinking and saying. And it's not just what you're thinking, but it's also what you're saying. And not just saying to yourself, but saying verbally to other people, or you're writing about it, or you're like texting about it, or you're just, it's coming out of you into like verbal form or written form or creative form or something. Like it's coming out of you that way, okay? So if you're always talking about to other people, maybe it's to your friends, your mom, your sister, whatever, about all of your problems regarding this or anything in your life, those things are just going to keep showing up because you keep talking about it. You see what I'm saying? So what you do is you start to change the story that you're telling. You start to say, instead of saying, oh, I'm so fat, or I have all these problems, and oh, this, and this, you start saying in the present tense, I love my body. My body is so special to me. It takes care of me. It does what it's supposed to do. It functions absolutely properly every single day. I love doing exercise that I really, really enjoy, and it's moderate, it's sustainable, it's good for me. I love eating food that really fuels my body, and it makes me feel good, and it makes me happy because I'm not afraid of food. I know that food is here for me to enjoy and to use as fuel for my inside organs, for my activities, for my brain, for everything. And I need that because I am a happy, healthy person. When you start saying that, it's gonna feel super awkward at first because it's totally opposite to what you've been saying, right? Or you've been thinking, or you've been writing about, or whatever. Whoop. You do this, you write it out, and every day, especially every morning, as soon as you wake up, and every day before you, like every night before you go to sleep, you read this. And over time, literally, your brain will start to change and you will start to become that thing that you are reading. And I know a lot of people think that that's like super crazy, but it's not. It literally is just like common sense. I mean, just think about it in your life, in any area of your life. If you wake up in the morning, you say, I hate my job, I hate my coworkers, I hate this commute to work, I don't make enough money, all this stuff. Guess what? You're gonna hate your job, hate your coworkers, the commute's gonna be really long, and you're not gonna make enough money. But if you start to change that and you say, I love my job, I get along with all of my coworkers, we all work hard together to make a difference in this world, I make so much money and I use that money to do good things out in my community and in the world, then guess what? That's gonna be your reality. And the thing is, so many people don't realize this because most of your thoughts are on a subconscious level. You're telling yourself these things and you don't even realize it. And this is why, like, I am a big fan of journaling and stuff, but not journaling to just sit there and write about everything that, in your life that sucks or you hate or you're depressed about, because all that's going to do is just keep coming up in your life. Instead, if you're going to journal, talk about all the things that you're grateful for in your life, talk about all the things that you love about your life, and talk about the things, like if you have a goal in the future, instead of saying, I'm never going to get there, I keep failing, this person beat me, blah, 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 say, I'm working my way there, I'm on my way, I'm in the process of doing this, I get motivation from these other people because they're very successful, I blah, 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 like make it all positive. And like I said, yes, at first when you start this, it's going to feel so awkward and so just against you, but it will change. Because if you think about it in reverse, if you think about someone, let's say you have someone in your life that you know who's just naturally happy, they're healthy, they never have a care in the world, and you told them to write a journal about their current state of mind. They would probably do the, I'm grateful for, I love my life, I'm grateful for my kids, my husband, my car, my house, I just feel so blessed, like that would be their journal. But if you told them the reverse and you said, I want you to start writing about the things that you hate about yourself and your life and all the things you're depressed over and you're anxious over, for them to do that, it would be really, really difficult and really odd, because they'd just be like, I'm not used to saying this stuff and thinking this stuff. But eventually, if they did that long enough, guess where they would be? They would be in that horrible mindset. So it works both ways. And so, I know this again is about the whole period thing, but again, anything in your life. And as far as the period thing is concerned, like when you think the right things, you say the right things, you will begin to do the right things, and then your life will literally be full of those type of things. But it all starts in your mind. It really, really does. And that's, if I've learned anything in the past year, that is the number one thing I can tell you. Our minds are so powerful. Like, we do not give them enough credit, to be really honest with you. And I never really understood all of this. And honestly, like, I thought all of this was just so stupid. But when I actually was like, okay, I'll give this a shot, and I started to look at, really be more self-aware of the thoughts I was telling myself and the things I was telling other people and all of that, it was like, no wonder, like, I am the way I am and I do the things I do and I have these things going on in my life that are going on in my life. It's because I think about them in a certain way and I talk about them in a certain way. And so I started writing the things down that I wanted to accomplish in my life, and I started saying that this is who I am, this is what I do, this is whatever. And I said it in the present tense, and I continue to do this, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. I know a lot of people think that this is just like you say it and it comes true or whatever, and that's like not magic. It's literally just understanding how your mind works and understanding that where your focus goes, that's where all of your energy is going to flow. I mean, if you think about like placebos and stuff like that, people like get healed from diseases just because they thought what they were doing was, the right thing or a healthy thing or whatever, and all it was like a sugar pill, And I'm not saying like go take sugar pills or whatever, but I'm just trying to make the point that like we do not give enough credit to our thoughts, because if you think about it, where you are right now in your life is a result of all of your past thoughts, right? And where you're going to be in the future will be a result of the thoughts you think now leading up to that point. So if you can understand that, like really just maybe rewind this video and listen to that again, because once you understand that, then you can say, wow, all those thoughts I used to think, that's why I'm here now. So if I know that, then where I'm going to be in the future is going to be a result of my thoughts. And in addition, I talk about this in all my books and stuff too, but when I say don't stress, like I mean not just like sit around and be like, oh my god, I'm so stressed about this, but literally like that's kind of a negative term to say, is don't stress. Instead, what I like to say is just go enjoy your life. Go enjoy your life. That's a more positive kind of way of putting it. What does that mean? Whatever you like, you know, like all the things you used to do, the things that make you happy, the things that when you do them, you just get lost in the fact that you're doing it and you just love it. The things that make you smile or laugh, or the things that you've stopped doing for so long for whatever reason, like go do those. Just enjoy life, have fun. The worst thing you can do is sit around and like worry or, you know, feel really like anxious or whatever about whatever your situation is, because it's just going to, it's like those thought things. You're telling yourself that over and over again, and that's what is going to continue to be. And the biggest thing about this whole thing is that it's 100% up to you. That's it. Like, I can give you some advice, you could read a book, something like that, but your thoughts are up to you, nobody else. You know, your parents can't fix it for you, your spouse can't fix it for you. Like, nobody can change your thoughts for you. That has to be on your own will, like your own volition. You have to literally say, all right, I'm doing this, you know, like I'm changing my thoughts. And when you do it on a consistent basis, it's life changing. Like, it will change your life. So like I was saying in my other video about your environment and stuff, really take a good hard look about what you are consuming, meaning like what you're looking at, listening to, who you're following, the captions you're reading, that type of thing, and start to change it to healthier things. You can just stop following that one person if that kind of bothers you right now in your life, and start following like pages of like cats or something, or like, you know, artwork or pictures of flowers or whatever, like just different stuff, you know what I mean? But definitely just be more self-aware about what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're thinking, and that's that. You know, this is really just kind of like the tip of the iceberg on that whole topic of your thoughts and your words and your actions and everything. So if y'all want me to do like more in-depth video about that, let me know below. Because this stuff, like, really, like, I love this kind of stuff. And I don't know if a lot of people do or not, so just tell me what you think. Because I know it's changed my life. I hope that it can do the same for you. I hope that that is helpful. I'm done. Those fries were so good. So I hope you guys have an amazing day or night wherever you are. And I hope that you take really good care of yourself. You start having positive thoughts, doing your thing, and really just enjoying life, because that's what it's all about. So I love you.